Hey y'all, it's your girl Xzeria, and I'm so excited to say that we'll be moving back into our single and waiting series. And this week, the focus is letting go of the dream. Letting go of the dream. And at first, I was a little nervous to talk about this because I was like, okay, God, are you telling me to let go of my dream of a husband? Is that what you're telling me to do? And He let me know that that's not what the topic was. It's letting go of this fantasy, this list, this make believe thing that we love to do, or at least I used to love to do, of dreaming about my husband, dreaming about my spouse. What will he be like? Where will he be? And so focused on him that I started to lose sight of me. I started to, especially as a young girl, I didn't really see a purpose for my life. I didn't really see, well, I did, but it was just wife and mom. That's all that I saw for my future. I really, honestly, that's all that I saw. And God did not put me on this world to just be that. And it wasn't until I let go of the dream of Him that I really got to discover me. So right now, I'm not saying to let go of that your desire to be married. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that sometimes you have to take a step back from your dream of marriage and you visualizing it all the time and thinking about it all the time, because I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I did. For full honesty, that's what was in the forefront of my brain for so many years. And I will say years, like even in high school, I used to think about myself as a wife and what that would be like. But God really not pushed me, but God really helped me to see that there is more to my purpose than just that. Just like there's more to your purpose than just being a wife and a mother, if that's what you want. There is more than that, and God put you on this earth for a specific reason, for several reasons, but with a specific purpose. I don't know what your purpose is, but that is the beauty of singleness. During this time, you can really take moments to discover what your purpose is. You can really discover who God called you to be, what God is asking you to do, and building that relationship with Him, learning His voice, because that is something you really can take time doing in this season of your life, is learning His voice. And it's such a beautiful thing to know God's voice and let Him lead you. At first, it may seem a little scary, if we're being honest, because before we know God, we're just going off of our mindsets or what we feel. And I feel that I should do this because it just works, and usually it doesn't. But that's just it's hard to change and to allow God to lead you. But when you do start allowing Him to lead you, you will begin seeing the fruit. You will begin seeing the blessings. You will begin to get the healing you're desiring, if you are desiring healing in anything. You will begin to just discover more of Him and more of why you were placed here on earth, why you were placed with your family, why you were placed at that job, why everything is happening the way that it is. And I'm not saying that He'll give you the knowledge of all that at one time, because sometimes it takes months or years for us to really discover and see why certain things happened. But what I am saying is that you will begin to start the journey of discovery. And the journey of discovery is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I say this all the time because I wouldn't know myself, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today had I not taken a step back and allowed God to lead my life. I don't know where I would be. I honestly don't. But I had to stop putting my husband at the forefront of everything. And it's funny because the moment I stopped putting my husband at the forefront of everything, I started walking in the single and waiting season and writing about it and thinking about it. And it wasn't so husband-centered. It was more God-centered, which correlates with my husband at the same time and my purpose at that. So the moment I stopped dreaming about this man who I have not met yet, I started to really discover God and discover myself and discover my purpose, discover my hopes, discover my dreams. Really, I was able to really break down what I wanted in life. I was even also able to really break down what I wanted in a husband. Because when I was dreaming about him, I was dreaming about all these things that I saw on TV that I thought worked. I was basing it off my parents' marriage because they have been married for many, many, many years. I think 27, if I'm not mistaken, 28. They have been married for several years. So I had that fairy tale as well going along with things. And I'm so grateful for them because to me as a little girl, they had a fairy tale marriage. And it wasn't until I was probably in high school that I realized that it wasn't a fairy tale, but it was a real marriage. And I got to see kind of behind the scenes of what it takes to be married. And that's really also what helped me to start knowing what type of marriage I wanted, the likes, the dislikes, what I wanted in a husband traits wise. And that wasn't a list that I was going off of. It was just the things that I knew matched me. And I discovered that through many different techniques. Some things worked, some things didn't. But I discovered it through dating. By dating the men that I dated in my past. I'm so grateful that I did date those men because they helped me discover more about myself. They helped me discover more about what I liked, what I did not like, what I accept, what I don't accept. It helped me to really build those standards that I had already had, but build them to what they should be and what I really desired, not just wanted, but needed. And they also helped me just discover more about myself, things that I needed to grow in. I had to reflect on the way I was and when I was getting to know those individuals and discover, okay, what are some of my maybe toxic traits? Because nobody's perfect. We all bring things to the table that we could let go of and we could drop. So by dating those gentlemen, I was able to discover a lot. Additionally, I was able to grow and discover what I wanted and find my not desires, but find my wants and my likes and my dislikes through my time reading the Bible, reading the different stories in the Bible, learning about God's love, reading Corinthians, learning what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not boastful. Really taking the time to read through those verses and discover what I should be looking for when I meet my spouse. But I was able to do all this by really letting go of this dream and this fairy tale and take a moment to make and become intentional in this waiting season. Become intentional in my dating and become intentional in all things during this season of my life. So, what I do want to clarify is that letting go of the dream is not letting go of your hope. Letting go of the dream is not letting go of your faith. Letting go of the dream is not letting go of your desire to be married. Letting go of the dream is letting go of this fairy tale man that God didn't tell you about, that society did. Letting go of the dream is letting go of Prince Charming. Letting go of the dream is letting God create and letting God show you and give you vision or clarity of what you should be praying for. Letting go of the dream changes your prayers from praying for a specific person to praying for who God has for you. Because if you're praying to have this specific person, you don't even know if that specific person is right for you. So that's where you have to put your trust in God and say, God, I trust whoever you created for me. And I pray for that specific person, whoever that is. Take the criteria off. Not saying that you don't want God to know, that you don't want to speak to God about the desires of your heart. I'm not saying that. But take a back seat and say, okay, God, help me figure out what I need. Help me discover what I should be looking for. Help me discover me so that I know who I need. Take this moment and take moments to let go of this dream and become your new dream. You should be your own new dream. Who you see. Who do you want to be? Truly, who do you want to be? Find you. Find you. Find the healed you. Find the bold you. Find the confident you. Find the you that has purpose, because you have purpose. Take a moment to find that person. But not only find that some person, start dreaming of who you want that person to be. Who do you want to be? 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now. Who do you want to be? Who do you want people to see? But not only dream about it, start becoming her. Or him, for men that are watching too. But that's all that I have for letting go of the dream, because when I finally let go of the dream, it wasn't a door shut and a sadness that I just let go of this thing that I've been holding on to, but it really gave me some freedom to become the woman that God created me to be. And I'm so happy that he has changed me and molded me and shaped me into this woman that I am. And I am excited to become the woman that he is creating me to be. Like I said, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I'm excited to see the purpose that he's put on my life becoming fulfilled. Me fulfilling that purpose. And me fulfilling the task, and just fulfilling the task that he puts in front of me. Every time I get to check a box off, it just brings me joy, because I know that I'm doing what God is asking me to do, and I'm being obedient to him. So whatever God is asking you to do that. And let him lead you. Let him lead you. So the song of this week is none other than Dear No One by Tori Kelly. Probably most of you have heard this. If you haven't, take a moment to listen to it. I loved this song when I was a teenager. I remember listening to this song and just feeling so connected to it. And then getting older. And the older I become, the more I feel connected to this song, because I let go of my dream. And I let go of, right, especially now, I'm starting to get to a place where I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of dating the wrong ones. I'm tired of not meeting that person and looking for that person, because I spend a lot of time looking for them. I'd be in the grocery store like, okay, is he gonna be here today? I'd be in the store like, is he here today? And I got tired of being disappointed. And so rather than living in disappointment, I've decided to just focus on me. And that's what this song is about. It's telling that person out there, hey, I trust that God has you. I trust that God has you out there just for me. But for right now, I am not focusing on finding you. I'm going to let God lead us together, or lead us to each other. But I'm going to focus on everything that God is calling me to. So once again, that's Dear No One by Tori Kelly. And ironically, she found her Dear No One now. So maybe it's time for you to find your Dear No One. But You can't, I really believe that when you're focused on your purpose and you're going after it, that is when you'll meet your person. So, Dear No One by Tori Kelly. If you haven't heard it this week, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are confident, you have a purpose, you are loved by God and by so many people. So keep pushing if you're having a hard week, and just know that God has a plan for you. If you like this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Join the family, and I would be happy to have you a part of my family. And I pray you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. If you didn't know, this is me, Xzeria, authentically, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.